I'm Keelan, and this is Sarah. We have been fishing, surfing, full driving our way around Australia for the past year now. Meet Percy and Keith Urban, our trusty steeds. Subscribe to join our adventure. Hey guys, we finally made it to Melbourne, and of course we're stopping past the Urban Caravans factory. We've got Nick here, the operations manager. Hey guys. And he's going to be giving us a full tour today.
What we're going to do is we're going to go through the full Urban factory, and we're going to look at the production line and what it takes to create a fully off-road, Australian-made Urban Caravan.
There's a few special things happening in here, and we're pretty keen to show you, so let's go do that. Alright Nick, we're at the chassis. Yep. Let us know who you guys run and also why you etch out Urban Caravans in the chassis.
Cool, so we use ARV as our main chassis people, but we also do sometimes change it up a little bit with different companies depending on what the van is. And the reason why we have the Urban Caravans etching here is to make it lighter.
What I understand, everything is Australian made from independent trailing arm and suspension.
Correct. So yeah, so everything's Australian made, Australian sourced, made in Melbourne, and yeah.
That's it. Alright, let's move on. So one of the things I mentioned at the start, Urban do a few things that are a lot different to other manufacturers. So one of the best things that I think being this honeycomb floor. So essentially there's no wood in these vans at all apart from the cabinetry, which means Sarah can actually spill a full glass of water on the ground. It's not going to absorb into the floor and you're not going to worry about wood rot or anything like that. Yeah, this stuff's not only durable, but yeah, she's watertight, and you could fill this thing up, make it a swimming pool. It's not going to make an inch of difference. So honeycomb floor all the bloody way. Let's keep moving on. Alright, so another special thing, the honeycomb floor is bloody good, but I tell you what, this is even better. So instead of using wood frame, Urban Caravans uses a full aluminium frame, and they don't just rivet it, C-channel it, they actually freaking weld it. So they have to pay a proper, fully skilled worker. I definitely can't weld to save myself. Excuse the noise too, it's bloody loud in here, but pretty much they have to spend a lot more time than wood frame, composite paneling, all that stuff. It takes a lot longer, but the finished product is not only stronger, but it's bloody light as well, and that's why they can get them ridiculous payloads on your vans and still keep it being able to tow with a Toyota Prado like we have. It's super gutless. Without the aluminium frame, there wouldn't be any towing. So yeah, this stuff's awesome, and their welders are very skilled. By the looks of these welds, I don't even reckon Scott Morrison could do a better job than this one. Let's go.
Now we're at the cabinet making stage of the production line. The key thing to note about this is that everything here is CNC cutted in-house, and the way we put it together is that we use screws and staples. All this furniture here is just like the furniture you have at home. All the upholstery is done at our sister company, New Age Upholstery, and that makes all the cushions, all the lounges, etc.
Literally just come from the furniture section. We've come over here. This is where all the furniture starts to get put in the shell of the van. So what part of the process is this, Nick?
So this is part 3 of the process. So now that the van's been built on the outside, we start building the inside. So if you take a look around, the skeleton of pretty much all the appliances and everything that goes into your van is starting to shape out and starts to look like an actual caravan. The furniture guys are really talented at what they do. They came up with this whole system, and it's something that just really works for us.
It's like IKEA, if anyone's wondering. Alright, so one thing that we have changed since we started working with Urban is upgrading the drawbar cable size to avoid volt drop. So on every Urban drawbar they are now running 35mm cable, which in other terms is 2BS, and that means there's going to be no volt drop on your system whatsoever. It's going to run perfectly as it's designed and very efficiently too. So that's a good thing Urban Caravans is doing that sets them apart, is 35mm cable on the drawbar. So this takes me back to when I actually did some work, cable roll. This is where everything gets wired. So pretty much in this part of the factory here, the vans swing around in a perfect circle. The sparkies come in, wire them all up, and then it gets externally cladded, which we'll get onto now. Alright guys, so this is what I was talking about before. Before the external cladding goes on, obviously you've got to run the wires through the wall so you can get there. So pretty much the aluminium frame gets bent up, the wires get run, and then the insert gets put in. One thing I really like is that to meet AS3000 rules, a lot of people in caravan manufacturers disregard caravan wiring rules. Urban Caravans does it everything by the book. They use rubber grommets, so the cables going through the aluminium frame don't chafe on the sharp edges. You're not going to have any issue on corrugated roads. I actually didn't know that this is how it looked, and I'm very impressed, I've got to say. Here at Urban Caravans, we use fully sick rims. So we've come into an 18'6" Extreme, which is a super nice van. Maserati green too, which is good, but what we got here is the X-Grid system, so you can actually get this exact system in any van, any Urban van you order. So currently we run this in our Urban Armorlight. Pretty much what it comprises of is two 200 amp hour batteries, so 400 amp hours in total. You get a 3000 watt inverter. You also get the full BMpro system HA, so lithium compatible. And then for DC to DC charger, this is regulating your solar input as well as your alternator current. So this is just the complete system, and also you get the BMpro front end. But it's really cool to see that Urban are offering X-Grid systems for people that like staying out of caravan parks, off-grid for longer. This system can run your aircon, air fryers, anything you can poke a stick out, this thing will run. So super cool to see, and throwing as much solar on the roof as they physically can. So we've just finished in the factory there. We've come out to the parking lot. This is where all the mostly finished vans come before they get shipped off to dealerships and customers. So the model we're currently in now is a Tourer, I'm pretty sure.
Correct.
It's 20 foot. This is actually a part of their budget range. So the budget range is very affordable, especially because you're still getting that TIG welded aluminium frame, honeycomb floor, everything that the premium vans come with. However, the price range is very different. We won't talk price because it does differ from state to state, but pretty much this is pretty similar to what we paid for our Armalite, but in a 20 foot van, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it still comes with the same amount of quality in it, which is epic. All the appliances, what mainly do you use in these vans?
So we mainly use from NCE and Dometic and Deptford. There'll be our microwaves, fridges, hatches, etc, etc.
Yeah.
And everything else just varies.
I don't understand how you can, I don't see where the price, you know, it's still quality stuff, but it's just nowhere near the price. We've come up to the boardroom of Urban Caravans. This is where all the tough decisions are made. We're with Steve, the owner from Urban. How you going, mate?
How you going, bud?
Good. So we've just done the factory tour. I thought I'd just sit down with you and just discuss why TIG welding aluminium frame caravans are superior to other forms of manufacturing.
So with a TIG welded aluminium frame, we do a little bit a unique aluminium frame because we put a stretch bar through the center of the caravan frame. So what it does is it gives us flex. Normal pop rivet ones, they normally, traditional manufacturing of caravans are normally straight up and down, so they've got no center support. So pop rivets, what they find is that it twists and you can loosen up the pop rivet. So what they normally do is they put the cladding, and they think the cladding's going to hold it, but what it does, it just makes it all loose. And
yeah, you get that little bit of play, and
you got
every
the play.
time, yeah.
Always you're going to have the play because it's made out of channel.
Yeah.
And we do ours out of channel and tube.
Rightio. Yeah.
So there's two different methods to it.
And I picked up one before. I don't know if I was meant to, but I was doing some shoulder raises with a full caravan wall, 22 foot caravan wall, and it's pretty light. So obviously doing something right.
Yeah. So the construction is lightweight. But the beauty of it is that we use tube,
right,
we don't use channel.
Yeah. What sort of warranty do you get on one with a brand new van?
So 5 years on it.
Yeah.
So we do a structural 5 years.
Yeah.
Take it wherever you want.
Right. And if I'm being totally frank with you, Steve, I reckon you've shot yourself in the foot, mate, because most manufacturers make their gear so they break, so they get repeat customers. With Urban, they're sort of building the vans so they never break, which is actually bad. It's actually bad business in a way. So anyway, thanks for taking the time explaining it to us. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested or require any additional information regarding an Urban Caravan, visit the description. There's a link there that will get you directly in contact with Urban. And make sure you tell them Sarah and Keelan sent you.